87. The 12th Sutra of the corresponding section 45, the Natika Sutra. Thus have I heard. At one time, the world-honored one was staying in a brick house in Natika. At that time, the world-honored one, while in solitary meditation, expounded this Dharma teaching. Dependent on the I and forms, I consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is contact. With contact as a condition, feeling arises. With feeling as a condition, craving arises. With craving as a condition, clinging arises. Thus arises this whole mass of suffering, dependent on the ear and sounds, the nose and odors, the tongue and flavors, the body and tangibles, the mind and mental phenomena. Mind consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is contact. With contact as a condition, feeling arises. With feeling as a condition, craving arises. With craving as a condition, clinging arises. Thus arises this whole mass of suffering. Dependent on the I and forms, I consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is contact. With contact as a condition, feeling arises. With feeling as a condition, craving arises. With the remainderless fading away and cessation of that craving comes cessation of clinging. With the cessation of clinging comes cessation of becoming. Thus ceases this whole mass of suffering, dependent on the ear and sounds, the mind and mental phenomena. Mind consciousness arises. The meeting of the three is contact. With contact as a condition, feeling arises. With feeling as a condition, craving arises. With the remainderless fading away and cessation of that craving comes cessation of clinging. With the cessation of clinging comes cessation of becoming. Thus ceases this whole mass of suffering. At that time, a monk was standing nearby, eavesdropping on the world-honored one. The world-honored one saw that monk eavesdropping and said to him, "Monk, did you hear this Dharma teaching?" "Yes, world-honored one." "Monk, you should learn this Dharma teaching. Monk, you should master this Dharma teaching. Monk, you should remember this Dharma teaching. Monk, this Dharma teaching is beneficial and is the foundation of the holy life." End of the 5th Sutra. This sutra mainly discusses the process of sensory perception and the arising and cessation of suffering within the 12 links of dependent origination. It emphasizes how the 6 sense faculties, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, come into contact with the 6 sense objects, form, sound, odor, flavor, tangible, mental phenomena, giving rise to the corresponding consciousness, which then leads to contact, feeling, craving, clinging, and so on. It also explains the method of practice to achieve liberation through the elimination of craving. Let me provide a deeper analysis of this profound sutra. 1. Background and context. Thus have I heard. At one time, the world-honored one was staying in a brick house in Natika. This opening describes the Buddha in solitary contemplation in a quiet environment. The image of the brick house suggests a secluded place suitable for meditation, symbolizing the need for a solid foundation in practice. 2. Deep analysis of the perception process. The Buddha uses the 6 sense faculties as examples to reveal the complete process of human cognition and the arising of suffering. Using the eye as an example, eye faculty, organ, plus form, external object, eye consciousness, cognition arises. The meeting of these 3 produces contact. Contact leads to feeling. Feeling leads to craving. Craving leads to clinging. This process reveals how we move from simple perception to becoming entangled in attachments and afflictions. 3. Revelation of the path to liberation. The sutra not only points out the source of suffering, but also indicates the method of liberation. With the remainderless fading away and cessation of that craving comes cessation of clinging. With the cessation of clinging comes cessation of becoming. This indicates the root of afflictions is craving, attachment. Eliminating craving leads to the disappearance of clinging. With the disappearance of clinging, suffering also dissipates. 4. The importance of practice. The Buddha's final instruction to the eavesdropping monk is highly significant. Monk, you should learn this Dharma teaching. Monk, you should master this Dharma teaching. Monk, you should remember this Dharma teaching. The threefold repetition emphasizes the importance of hearing the Dharma, the necessity of understanding, the key to continuous practice. Deep reflections. 1. The illusion of perception. We use our six senses to perceive the world every day, but rarely do we realize how this process leads us into affliction. Like fish unaware of water, we are immersed in the sensory world without knowing it. 2. Modern implications. In this age of information overload, our six senses are bombarded with vast amounts of information daily. Visual stimulation from social media, auditory pleasure from entertainment, gustatory satisfaction from food. All these can become sources of our attachments. 3. Practical wisdom. The sutra tells us, be aware of the present moment. Pay close attention to our perception process. Maintain mindfulness. Don't be deluded by sensory experiences. Eliminate attachments. Enjoy life without being controlled by desires. 4. The art of living. The sutra reveals not only transcendental truths, but also worldly wisdom. Learn to observe our perception process. Understand the sources of happiness and suffering. Practice mindfulness in daily life. This sutra is like a clear mirror, reflecting the various attachments in our lives, and also like a bright lamp, guiding us towards the path of awakening. It is not only a guide for spiritual practice, but also an art of living, teaching us how to maintain inner clarity and ease in the complex modern society.